Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the page. Today's video is brought to you by TBPARTS. Get any of your any and all parts and accessories from those guys down there, and any questions, they'll help you out. But today what we have going on is we have a KLX here, which having a little problem set up with the setup that's on the bike. That's just not working out so great. So I reached out to the people, Dalton himself down there at TBPARTS, and he had sent me out this setup here. It's a quarter turn throttle setup with a cable and a set of grips here. So if you're having any issues or you're looking to install your own quarter turn and such, these are the essentials you're going to need. It's very simple. It's very easy to do. So come along with me on this little trip here, and we're going to install this quarter turn throttle here. So here we go. So first things first, we are going to remove this grip, trying to save this as much as we can so we can use the one that's on there, because this guy's going for a specific look on this bike, so he wants to try to retain that look. We're going to take the throttle housing off, cable off, which is actually extremely long for this bike. It goes all the way down to the frame over here and such. Then we'll pop this carb cap off, which fortunately already has, you can see in there, it already has the top cap piece that's a little extended piece for the quarter turn throttle to work as it should, to work and have no play. So we're gonna jump into this and start taking everything apart and bring you guys back in once we get it all. Alright, and just like that, we have the setup that was on there off and clear. We got the carb cap off here. Make sure while you have that off, make sure it's nice and clean down in there. You don't have any dirt or debris. The old debris will ruin your carb and make for a bad time when you show up to race day at the track. So this is the old setup. It looked cool, but it just wasn't working out. As you can see, it was a little longer than the one that we're going to put in. So fortunately for me, TBPARTS had already installed this cable. It does not come like this. TBPARTS had actually already put this cable onto the quarter turn throttle for me, so it saves me a little bit of time. So what we're going to do is we have our cap here. We have this fully adjusted all the way out. What we're going to do is we're going to back that halfway down and put this new one on like that halfway, and then run off of that and see where adjustment needs to be. Me personally, I like to run as much of the adjustment out per se on the cap or anywhere farther down the motor side per se, because then make all your little minor adjustments up here at the throttle housing, because it's easier to access. So you don't want to max these out, but at the same time, it's just, for me, it's easier to adjust something that's up and out and in the clear instead of trying to be down in tight near the motor, especially if it's hot. So without further ado, this piece here, slingshot, this piece here, this little guy goes down in there. There's a little cap there. You need that. Definitely don't use that piece. That will slide down into there, and then the spring will go back over and such. But yeah, I'm gonna get this together and install it onto the bike and go from there. So I'll bring you guys back in soon enough. And just like that, we have our slide and everything connected. So we are going to reinstall this onto the bike. Make sure when you put this back in that you do have this slide piece aligned with, there is a slot down in the carb. So when you do put these back on, make sure you do put it back on correctly. Otherwise it won't work and function as it should. Also, I'm at this point where I realize I may have to take this back apart to be able to run the throttle cable correctly through the frame and or the bars. So another thing to keep in mind, you might want to run your cord before doing this. But without, we're gonna give it a wing and we're gonna put it together here. So here we go. And just like that, we have our new quarter turn throttle on. It's snap back. Wow. Beautiful. This week straighten out a little bit. I don't like the way it goes down and then back up again. But we ran it down to the bars and back behind that wiring piece, and I like the way that is. We put our rubber piece down. Don't forget this piece on top here, that little rubber piece, because if you have that up and above, just like that, look, see, cable, then it's a nice way for dirt to get down into your carburetor. So you want that down over top of that piece. Definitely don't forget that. It's for when you're washing it or riding it and or whatever, dirt doesn't find its way down in your carburetor. So that's it for this one. Quarter turn. If you guys want to know more or want to see more, or I should have done something differently, let me know down in the comments. And that's it for this one. Shout out to TBPARTS. You guys are a real big help, so contact them for any of your parts and needs. This is it. Later.